At the beginning of the film, we are introduced to an orphan who lives with his aunt. One of his passions is playing video games, particularly a game called Oasis. This game is no ordinary game, as it feels incredibly real when played. The protagonist of Oasis is a character named Parzival, and the orphan takes on this role in the game. His objective is to find his best friend within the game. To do so, he must navigate through a dangerous world and defeat creatures to earn coins. Soon, we are introduced to a man named Halliday, who reveals before his death that there is an Easter egg hidden within the game. The person who discovers this egg will become the new owner of Oasis. However, finding the egg is not an easy task. It is hidden behind a door that requires 3 keys. To obtain these keys, one must complete 3 challenges. The first challenge is a race, which no one has been able to conquer. Many individuals, including a company called IOI, participate in this race with the goal of becoming the owner of Oasis. During the race, Parzival and a female character face numerous obstacles. Parzival is leading the race until a gorilla appears and destroys his car. Just as the gorilla is about to harm him, Parzival notices the female character and rushes to save her. Unfortunately, the gorilla destroys her bike. Determined to find a solution, Parzival heads to the library within the game. After some searching, he discovers a hint. We all go forward. As the race starts, everyone just moves forward. No one moves backward. Why don't we go back? We should. Parzival keeps this hint in mind, and when the race resumes, he decides to move his car backward instead of forward. Surprisingly, this action opens up a new path leading him to his destination. Once he arrives, he encounters Halliday's character, who presents him with the first key. 2 groups were vying for control of this important key. On one side, there was Parzival and his team of friends, and on the other side, there was the team from IOI. When the owner of IOI learns that Parzival has won the key, he becomes aggressive. We then see the owner speaking to a terrifying creature within the game. He offers a large sum of money in exchange for information about Parzival. Meanwhile, Parzival is searching for a second clue to win the second task. This clue revolves around a creator who despises his own creation. It suggests that the creator should feel ashamed of what he has done. At night, Parzival and his friends go to a club in search of a hint. While there, Parzival reveals his real name to someone, unaware that the villain character is listening. IOI's soldiers begin to attack them, and a fierce battle ensues. Parzival has a Rubik's Cube that can reverse time by 60 seconds when solved. He uses this to his advantage and escapes with his friend. Once outside, Parzival's friend confesses that she no longer enjoys playing Oasis because of her issues with IOI's owner, who wants to control and change the game. She reveals that she lost her father while trying to stop him and is determined to prevent him from winning. The orphan boy, now holding the device to play the game, receives a text from IOI's owner requesting a meeting. He agrees, and the gaming character of IOI's owner appears. He offers the boy a chance to join his company, but Parzival declines the offer. The owner then resorts to blackmailing him. However, Parzival notices that his account ID and password are written on his car and realizes the owner's vulnerability. He carefully observes this and then leaves. Suddenly, someone kidnaps him from behind, causing him to lose consciousness. When he wakes up, he finds himself in a room with a lady who turns out to be Parzival's friend from the game. They were having a conversation where they learned about Halliday's biggest regret, not dating. He didn't continue his relationship. They decided to visit the place where Halliday and that lady first met, which happened to be a movie theater. While Parzival's friend was exploring the area, he stumbled upon a room where an old woman tried to attack him with a knife. He managed to escape into a maze, but Parzival and his team eventually rescued him. Inside another room, they discovered a woman trapped among a horde of zombies. Parzival's friend quickly came to her rescue. Just then, Halliday's character appeared and handed him the other key. The scene shifted to Parzival and his friend returning to the real world, where they discussed finding the third hint and key. However, they were unexpectedly attacked by the IOI industry out of jealousy. To protect Parzival, his friend surrendered herself to them. Fortunately, Parzival's other friends arrived to support him. They were all teenagers in the real world and were informed by Parzival's friend about the situation. Meanwhile, the girl they were trying to rescue remained imprisoned by the IOI industry. Parzival used his hacking skills to gain access to his account and shared the escape plan with his friend. In the meantime, the owner of IOI was desperately trying to solve the third hint and obtain the key. He even set up a shield to prevent anyone from entering the location. However, when Parzival arrived, he felt a surge of determination as he had already solved the third hint. The Oasis users knew that Parzival was the winner of the first and second key, so when he appeared live and asked for help, everyone became nervous due to the fear of the IOI industry and its owner. Unfortunately, no one initially stepped forward to assist him, which made Parzival feel disheartened while the IOI owner reveled in his victory. However, just as things seemed bleak, a large group of people arrived, all admirers of Parzival. Meanwhile, inside the IOI industry, Parzival's friend managed to use a device to remove the shield. So that Parzival can enter, a massive war breaks out between his admirers and IOI. Parzival and his friends head to the designated building to find the third key. key. To distract IOI's team, Parzival throws a doll, causing many of them to be defeated and eliminated from the game. Suddenly, the owner of IOI transforms into a gigantic Mechagodzilla. In response, Parzival's friend transforms into a giant Japanese samurai to fight against him. They engage in a fierce battle, but Mechagodzilla manages to weaken the samurai. However, the samurai's powers decrease, causing him to shrink back to his original size. Mechagodzilla then targets Parzival, but his friend intervenes and stops him. As a result, the IOI owner is defeated. Parzival's friend exits the IOI industry. In the game world, the villain continuously tries to kick Parzival out and destroys everything in his path. However, Parzival's friend creates a bridge with his own body, allowing Parzival to pass through. Inside the building, Parzival encounters numerous IOI soldiers. Realizing it's impossible to fight them all, he detonates a bomb, instantly killing everyone. When Parzival finally reaches the final part of the game, he finds the IOI owner playing. Upon winning, the owner disappears. Parzival tells his friend that even though he won, he vanished, indicating that the true winner is not the one who wins the game, but the one who plays it properly. Parzival then starts the game again, but the game's villain appears along with the IOI owner. They detonate a bomb, resulting in the destruction of all the characters. The IOI owner is delighted as everyone's rank resets to 0. However, his joy is short-lived when he sees Parzival's name at the top of the list. Parzival didn't die because he had a coin that granted him a second chance. Taking advantage of this opportunity, he restarts the game. He begins playing the game skillfully, and then Halliday appears and presents him with the third key. "You played exceptionally well," he compliments. However, IOI suddenly launches an attack on them in the real world. This throws him off balance, and he fails to obtain the key. They retreat into the truck, but then a female member of IOI arrives and assaults them. Yet that orphan boy manages to kick her out of the truck. He acquires the third key, completing his collection of all 3 keys. Approaching the door, he inserts all 3 keys into the lock. Finally, the door unlocks. The place beyond is breathtakingly beautiful. Halliday is also present and asks him to sign a contract. However, he realizes that it might be a conspiracy or trap. After all, Halliday had fallen into a trap before. It is indeed a trap. Halliday leads him to his room and presents him with an Easter egg. Meanwhile, the owner of IOI is consumed by jealousy. He comes to attack Parzival in the real world. As he opens the truck door, he discovers an Easter egg in his hand. Stunned, he pauses for a moment. At that moment, the police arrive and apprehend the IOI owner. Now, we learn that the orphan boy, Parzival, is the true owner of the Oasis game. His entire team stands by his side, playing and running the game together. He improves the game's rules to ensure no harm is done to anyone. Finally, we see Parzival and his friend enjoying a wonderful time together. And with that, the movie comes to an end.